Alex. Welcome to another episode of Opt-in. We've got 5 more minutes on the clock, and today I wanted to recap the on-demand event that we did with Collin Waldrip, all about running contests that, frankly, people care about. A lot of times I feel like when you, as a manager, try to run a contest for your reps, there's often a lot of lack of engagement, low buy-in, et cetera, et cetera. And Collin had some really good ideas, takeaways, examples of contests that he's run in a management capacity to actually get buy-in and engagement from his reps. A lot of takeaways from this one. Would love to hear your favorite.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing that I think resonated with me the most was really about personalizing the prizes and rewards to the SDRs that won them. I think it's something that can often go unnoticed is, right, you run a contest and there's a grand prize, let's say, and if you're the manager, you're like, all right, well, everyone's fighting for this one prize. But it's a really simple way to look at it, and it can work to an extent. But if you really want to get engagement from as many of your team members as possible, you need to understand what motivates them and gear the prize towards them. You could even have a different grand prize for, the different person that wins. Maybe one person wants a $150 Visa gift card. They're just like, I love me some cash. I want to spend it wherever I want. Great. Maybe someone else is like, well, I don't want to be an SDR for very long. I'd love some career growth and networking opportunities. And this is one of my favorite suggestions from Collin. It's like, set them up for a lunch or a meal or some sort of meeting with the CEO of the company, one of the founders, or somebody high ranking that an SDR just would never be exposed to if they didn't have this opportunity. So those are just 2 examples. I don't want to give away all of Collin's secrets here. Go watch the on-demand. But that was something that really resonated with me, is just being able to understand your reps enough to the point that you know what kind of prizes will motivate them, and then sort of tailoring your contests around that.
Yeah, and I think that actually segues pretty nicely into the big takeaway that I got, because when you do that, when you actually cater the prizes to the individual rep, it takes a little bit more effort, right? You're not just saying, here's a $150 Visa gift card, everyone go after it. Mm-hmm. You're taking the 4, 5, 12 reps on your team, however many there are, and figuring out what motivates each person. And that in and of itself is more difficult and more time consuming than just the latter. And the big takeaway that I got from the conversation was, I think he actually said this verbatim, is if you do the bare minimum, your reps are going to do the bare minimum. And it's that SDRs aren't stupid. They can sniff out whether or not you're kind of phoning it in, pun intended, and you're just not putting a lot of effort into running a contest instead of actually trying to ramp up the engagement from your team. You're just checking a box, right? Activity's low. Let me run a contest, see if I can bump some activity, and then for that, you win $100 if you end up coming in first place. That is lazy. And if reps see you being lazy, they will respond in kind, specifically your top performers. If they know that you're being lazy and they don't actually engage with the contest, then the people underneath them, the B and C level players, will look at the A players and say, well, they don't care. Why should I care? They're going to follow that leader. So if you put more effort into running a contest that your A players will care about, and like Alex was saying, if you actually tailor the prizes to specific individuals and you add that extra layer of effort from yourself, your reps will respond and they will engage more so in that contest than whoever hits $80 first wins $100 today. Like, that's lazy. Reps sniff it out, and that won't actually help you achieve what you're looking to achieve with contests, whether it be increased engagement, better KPIs or OKRs, depending on what you're looking for. You're just going to end up, checking a box, saying that you did the thing, and hoping that the results that you wanted come from it.
Yeah, and to that last point there, it was a cool thing that Collin mentioned, is really knowing why you're running a contest. Again, it's care about it, think about it, the same thing you're saying, but sort of a different side of it. But if you're running a contest because your boss is putting pressure on you, or because, it's like we haven't had an activities-based contest this quarter, that's different than like, all right, I want to get my B and C level players better, which is also different than like, all right, this contest is for my A level players. I want to see who can really bring it. Those are 3 different kinds of contests. You should be running 3 different things differently in that sense. And there's obviously more than just 3 examples here, but I think that was the why behind you as a manager running the contest. I think is a piece that Collin talked about that I thought was really insightful during the on-demand as well.
For sure. Yeah, just care. That's kind of the biggest takeaway, really. Like, if you're running a contest, just care about it, and then people will follow suit. I know it's simple, like, when you boil it down like that, but honestly, sometimes simple is best.
All right, AJ, 15 seconds. Tell everybody about opt-in.
Opt-in, quick 5-ish minute videos, actionable sales development tips, minimal fluff. You can find us on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on our Instagram, and on the website, demanddrive.com.
Cider.
Cider!
There you go. I didn't want to go 100% on it,
Never go full Scyther. Whoa.
Never go full Scyther.